Hello, 8th standard CBSE children. Have a good day. Have a nice day. Welcome back to our new academic session 2021-22. Right? Today we are going to do biology class with the chapter 1 crop production and improvement. Otherwise, crop production and management part 1. Right? And this is our first video session. And I want every one of you to concentrate on the video session. And you please have your that lesson will be given to PDF form, and that and one notebook. Unlike last year, this time we are slightly changing the pattern of. I am going to do this change in pattern of video session. So please cooperate and enjoy the video session, right? So again, welcome back to our new academic session 2021-22. So today we are going to do first video session with the chapter 1 crop production and management. What do you know? Crop is what? Now at home we have small garden, isn't that? Some of us are having a small garden where we have plants which are having flowers, which will otherwise we call it as we have flowering plants, and some of us will have vegetable garden, isn't that? And nowadays it is quite famous to have a terrace garden where we have beautiful flowering plants and other vegetation, which are giving different types of vegetables such as chili, brinjal, onion. Sometimes we have this onion also, and then lady's finger, tomato. These are all we are doing at home. Sometimes in our small garden or as a terrace garden, is it not? Now these are all in small requirement at our reach. The small requirements that we are doing. Now the same plants, when it is cultivated in large scale, where it is also giving the need for food, that is called crop. So crop production and management. Why do we need to produce crop? Because living things need food, living things need energy, and living things need food and energy to replace the bone of tissues. So that crop production, what we are doing it in a large scale, that is known as crop production. Suppose, say for example, now summer vacation is fast approaching, yeah? And in and around our school campus we find so many paddy fields. Beyond a railway track, we find some paddy field. Yeah? They are all actually the crop, paddy crop we are saying. So this crop, when it is cultivated, other we say cultivation. When the crop is cultivated in a large scale, it is called crop production. I hope you understand. Yeah? So now when this crop, when it is cultivated with the same variety, for example, wheat, rice, barley or any other vegetables that we are growing, that is known as, that we are cultivating, that is known as a crop. I hope you understand. Yeah? So to have this growing of crop, we say that in our textbook normally that the two children, boy and girl, Pele and Bujo, with their reference only, we are learning the CBSE lesson, is it not? So that those two children, they went on went for a village to their uncle's house, to their grandfather's house. There they saw a farmer doing some work in the field. I said an example, ನಮ್ಮ school beyond railway track we find a paddy field. Like that, this two children, Peri and Pujo, they were seeing this farmer working on this paddy field. and he was using some tools. Some tools now, this is called agricultural tool. What is that actually? With that, he is removing and working in the paddy field. So with that, they wanted to ask their grandfather what is a crop. I hope you understand. So that we continue the lesson as crop production and management. So now what is a crop? Will you say? You can have the PDF also with this set. Okay. So now earlier it is said that the people, those who were wandering here and there, living in the forest, earlier days, thousands of years back I am talking about. Now, people or human were wandering here and there in a jungle or in a forest, and they were eating only the raw vegetables and fruits, whatever is available in the forest. So those wanderers those wanderers, they are called nomadic people. I hope you understand. Now you have a book. In that agricultural practice, that you please take. Where till 10,000 BC, people were nomadic. People who were wandering, they are called nomadic. Okay, that they were wandering in groups from place to place in search of food and shelter. They ate raw fruits and vegetables and started hunting for animals for food. So these nomadic people, they were wandering here and there in the forest, and they looked for fruits and vegetables for their food, and also they hunted animals for their food. So they ate raw fruits and vegetables and started hunting for animals for food. Later, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat, and other food crops. So these people were only first started this practice of cultivation. Right? So these people, they could cultivate land and produce rice, wheat, and other food crops. Thus, the term agriculture were began. I hope you understand this. No? So this is about the nomadic people. So next mark it. When plants of same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Crop spelling in a C-R-O-P. Crop, C-R-O-P. Okay. So will you repeat? When plants of the same kind are cultivated or grown and cultivated on a large scale, it is called a crop. I repeat. When the plants of same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Example, crop of wheat means all the plants grown in the field are of the same type wheat. Same way, rice field, all the plant of the rice or of field are of same type as rice field. So the term crop, what will you say? Crop, will you repeat? Crop spelling C-R-O-P. Crop. When the plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale. Will you repeat? When plants are of same kind grown and cultivated on a large scale, it is called a crop. Example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in the field are of wheat type only. I hope you understand. So this we call it as crop. Now, at the same time, in India or even in Tamil Nadu, for example, we find different climatic conditions. Yes or no? Due to different climatic conditions, for example, now we have warmer period, whereas especially during winter season, we find little warmer than the North India. Whereas in northern part of India, it will be very cold. Winter will be severe. Same way, summer also will be severe. So the climatic conditions of southern and northern part of India is differing much. So accordingly, we find the variation in the cultivation of these crops. I hope you understand. That is a variation in the cultivation of crops. So now for example, now we come across the term as kharif crop. We come across the term kharif crop and rabi crop. And then third one, plantation. And third one is plantation. I hope you understand. So we say kharif crop, rabi crop and plantation crop. So India having a vast difference of climatic conditions. What are all the climatic conditions? Temperature, humidity and rainfall. Temperature, humidity and rainfall, they vary from one region to another. So in India, the climatic condition, what are all the climatic conditions? Temperature, humidity and rainfall, they vary from place to place, especially northern part of India and southern part of India. Okay, so accordingly, the variety of crops grown in different parts of the land, different parts of the country is also different. So this is other way diversity. Other way it is diversity. Okay. So now this diversity we have it as kharif crop and rabi crop. Now what are kharif crop? Second page. What are kharif crop? Spelling for it. Kharif. Kharif. Right? The crops which are grown in the rainy season. Otherwise we say the crops which are sown. Sown na vedaikkiradu solluvom molake podome adu. So the crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crop. I repeat, the crops which are sown in the rainy season are called kharif crop. So the rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Rainy season in India is normally from June to September. So what are all you will say for kharif crop? It is the crops which are sown during rainy season. They are called kharif crop, and the rainy season is usually from June to September. Right? What are the examples we will say? Paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut and cotton. Example, paddy, maize, soya bean, and cotton. These are all examples of kharif crop. So I repeat, what are kharif crop? Kharif spelling Kharif, kharif spelling. So the crops which are sown during rainy season are called kharif crops, and the rainy season in India is generally from June to September. I hope you understand. And the example, paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut and cotton. Groundnut bookல இருக்கு note பண்ணிக்கோ. Groundnut and cotton. சரியா? Now this rabi crop, spelling R-A-B-I, rabi crop. Rabi crop, crops grown in winter season. Crops grown in winter season, they are called rabi crop. இது வந்து rainy season. This is winter season. சரியா? So crops grown during winter season, they are called rabi crops. What is the time period? It is October to March. I hope you understand. This is June to September. This is June to September. And winter season, sorry, rainy season. This is rainy season. This is rainy season. This one, October to March. October to March, winter season. Season, so what will you understand? Kharif crop, I repeat, crops which are grown during rainy season, they are called kharif crop. It is the rainy season is normally in India, it is June to September. And example, paddy, maize, soyabean, cotton and groundnut. I hope you understand. Whereas rabi crop, it is grown during winter season. That when you put it in sentence, you say crops which are grown during winter season, they are called rabi crop. And it is grown during the winter season, October to March. So now example, rabi crop, example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard, wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. They are example for rabi crop. So I repeat, wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed, example for rabi crop. And along with that, the pulses and vegetables, they are grown during summer season. Pulses and vegetables during summer season. I hope you understand. The next we come across plantation. Normally in hill station we find tea plantation, coffee plantation, teli thotam, coffee thotam. That is in hill station and it needs more children, is it not? So those plantation, normally we call it as coffee, tea and banana also we call it as plantation. Banana vaazhathottam நம்ம தூத்துக்குடியிலேருந்து சாரி திருநெல்வேலியிலேருந்து திருச்செந்தூர் போகிற வழியில் நிறைய வாழைத்தோட்டம் உண்டு இல்லையா? They are all banana plantation. So plantation we come across coffee, tea and banana. Where do we normally find a coffee and tea? We find it is grown only in hill station because it needs moisture, water all the time. That is why in a hilly area, the hilly area is slope, the plantation coffee and tea. So the mild drizzling, the chediki thanni irundinde irukum. So water retention is needed for this coffee and tea plantation. I hope you understand this. So this is for plantation. One more you understand. One minute. Plantation as one minute. This is as normally we call this one minute. Plantation, again it is as plantation, it is for cash crop சொல்லுவோம். Cash crop சொல்லுவோம். Aதாவது these vegetables and other fruits, when they are cultivated for commercial purpose, they are called cash crops. சரியா? Now when these plantation and this crop, when they are commercially grown for cash, it is called cash crops. சரியா? And this is mainly with the plantation also. I hope you understand this. So here, for this crop improvement, crop protection, we come across என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? We come across a term agriculture. We come across a term agriculture. What does it mean? Agriculture. Agriculture definition you have to know. What is it? Agriculture is the science and practice of farming which mainly involves rearing of livestock. Livestock na the cattle breed chulunle. Rearing of livestock, cultivating land and raising crops, harvesting and marketing the products. I repeat, another agriculture is the science and practice of farming which mainly involves rearing of livestock, cultivating land, raising crops, harvesting and marketing the products cultivated. This is agriculture. That is further divided into many types as agronomy. It is as agronomy. It is mainly as agronomy. This is our booklet, so I may ask us a short answer. So you should note down all this, right? So agronomy is a branch of agricultural science dealing with production of field crop. Agronomy dealing with production of field crop. Field crop means the rice, paddy, rice or paddy, rice, wheat and the so it is agronomy, field crop. And second one, horticulture. Second one, horticulture. Horticulture, what do you know? Branch of agriculture dealing with growing of fruits and vegetables. Here it deals with growing of fruits and vegetables and flowering. Okay, fruits and flowering. Fruits and flowering. This is horticulture. I hope you understand. So agriculture, we have different subdivision. One is agronomy. It is science deals with crop plants, growing of crop plants, and horticulture, it is growing of flowering and fruit plants. Fruiting, flowering and management of fruit and flowering plants. Market grape, இது பேர் திராட்சை தோட்டம் சொல்லுவோம், அது ஆர்கட்னு சொல்லுவோம். சரி. Then horticulture refers to growing of vegetables. Horticulture, நான் கேட்பேன் இதெல்லாம் ஷார்ட் ஆன்சர்ஸ்ல. Horticulture, growing of vegetables. Horticulture, growing of vegetables. சரியா? Then aquaculture, farming and harvesting of plants and animals in bodies of water. I hope you understand this. So you should understand the term agronomy, horticulture, horticulture and aquaculture. And aquaculture, the growing of plants and animals in water. That is aquaculture. So what are the four sub branches of agriculture? Agronomy, horticulture, horticulture and aquaculture. I hope you remember this. So this is for agriculture. Then as I said, types of crops, it is as kharif crops, rabi crop and plantation crop. Under that we have seeds with the cereals, pulses, oil seed and nuts or dry fruit. Seeds வந்து all that fruits are the seeds are cereals they include crops such as wheat, rice, maize, barley and sorghum, and they are the rich source of carbohydrates. Then pulses, they include legumes as chickpea, gram chana and then pea, black gram, that is urad dal, urutham parpu and then green gram, pasi payare, pigeon peanut, argarada karamane and then lentil, it is masoor dal. So they are excellent sources of protein. So these pulses are excellent sources of proteins. Then oil seed, normally we come across oil seed with the sunflower, soya bean, coconut oil, gingerly oil. Coconut oil தெரியும், gingerly oil, sesame oil, that is. And they are the source of oil, fat and fatty acids. And these seeds are typically high in unsaturated fatty acid. Unsaturated fatty acid. Go through that once. Unsaturated fatty acids. Okay. So this is for oil seed. Then one minute. We'll just continue. So this what is it? Agriculture. They are further subdivided into branches as agronomy, horticulture, olericulture and aquaculture. What is agronomy? Cultivation of field crops. Field crops are paddy, wheat, maize, there are cotton, there are field crops. Okay. Then horticulture is cultivation of flowering plants and fruits. They are called horticulture. And olericulture, it is cultivation of vegetables. And aquaculture, it is cultivation of these aquatic animals. So that is branches of agriculture. I hope you understand. Then you should know examples for, it is already given, I will just discuss. You should know the example for cereals, pulses, oil seed, nuts and dry fruit, and then plantation crop and spices, that is nuts and fruits, and then one more as spices. Okay, spices also you should know. Certain plants, spices, certain parts of some plants as leaves, stem, flower, fruits and seeds are used to enhance the palatability of food. Palatability na softness. The food that we are taking, it will have some softness so that you can chew and enjoy the eating. That is palatability. Kadikkudiya tanmai, adha palatability. And they include chili, turmeric, black pepper, fenugreek, cardamom, nutmeg, sesame, cinnamon and dry ginger. Dry ginger is chukku chorulla. So I repeat, spices, certain parts of some plants, leaf, stem, flowers, fruits and seeds are used to enhance the palatability of some food. And what are the spices? Chili, turmeric, black pepper, cumin, fenugreek, vendayam, cardamom, elakai, nutmeg, lavage, sesame, cinnamon and dry ginger. Okay. Then fodder crops, they provide green fodder to the cattle. Example, bersame, oat, Sudan grass, common Sudan grass and sorghum. And other crops eat fibers. Example, cotton and tobacco, tea, coffee and chocolate. They are beverages. Tobacco, tea, coffee, there are beverages. Coca-Cola, tea, coffee. I hope you understand this. So this is for example, you should know. Example for cereals, pulses, oil seed, nuts and dry fruit. Nuts and dry fruit, what example you will say? Crop management, crop production, dry fruit, and they are almond, walnut, cashew nut, raisin, grapes, dry grapes, dried apricot, coconut and peanut. These are all nuts and dry fruits. I hope you understand this. So this is for this one. Okay. So now the next example, as I said, carrot crop and rabbit crop. Yeah. Now the difference between carrot crop and rabbit crop, please make a note. I will dictate. I don't know whether I have given it in the queue. I have checked it, but still you please take down. Carrot crop and rabbit crop. Difference between carrot crop and rabbit crop. Example. First I have two columns. First one, I am saying under carrot crop. I am saying it under carrot crop. Number one, carrot crops are monsoon or rainy season crop. Monsoon period rainy season that is. So carrot crops are monsoon or rainy crops. I repeat, carrot crops are monsoon or rainy season crop. Second point, these crops grow in hot and wet condition. These crops grow in hot and wet conditions. And these crops are sown in the beginning of rainy season in June and July. Between June and July. These crops are sown in the beginning of rainy season, June, July. And they are harvested during September, October. First, sown during June, July, harvested during September, October, at the end of monsoon. Example, rice, maize, groundnut, soya bean, green gram, cotton and black gram. In the example, paddy, maize, soya bean, cotton, groundnut. Textbook example. Paddy the rice. So I repeat, 5 points under carrot crop. It is a monsoon or rainy season crop. Second one, they grew in hot and wet condition. Third one, they are sown in beginning of rainy season, June to July. And fourth point, harvested during September, October at the end of monsoon. And example, paddy, maize, soya bean, cotton and groundnut. Okay. Then rabi crop, first point, grown during monsoon season. It is a monsoon season crop. And they grow in cold and nearly dry condition. They grow in cold and nearly dry condition. And these crops are sown in October, November when monsoon is retreated. Okay, and they are harvested in March, April, before summer or before the hot summer, hot season. Example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. இதையும் எழுதலாம். Kharif crop வந்து June to first grown during rainy season, June to September. இது வந்து seeds are sown, இது வந்து harvested. இதை ரெண்டு பாயிண்ட் ஆக்கிடும். And then example, paddy, maize, soybean, cotton, groundnut. Similarly, rabi crop grown during winter season, and then October they sow and harvest during March. Okay, example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. Then what are plantation crop na? Coffee, tea and banana. I hope you understand. And then agriculture, you should know the definition. I have given in the theory. And then branches of agriculture, agronomy, horticulture, floriculture and aquaculture. I hope you understand. So we have covered first two pages, and based on that we have learned additional points. And one more, since we all need food, how will we provide food to a large number of people? In order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution of food is necessary. இந்த கொஸ்டின் இருக்குல்ல, பூஜோ கொஸ்டின் கேட்குறாங்க, அதுக்கு இதை சொல்லணும். சரியா? ஸோ since we all need food, how can we provide food to a large number of people in our country? Food has to be produced on a large scale, and in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution of food is necessary. I hope you understand. And then agricultural practices தொடங்குறோம். அது வந்து nomadic people தெரியணும். What is a proper definition? And then kharif crop and rabi crop, that we have to know. I hope you understand. And then why can paddy not be grown in winter season? Paddy requires lot of water, therefore it is grown during rainy season. Paddy has to have retention of water, so it is grown during rainy season. And then next வந்து இந்த cultivationக்கு further we have to cultivate the crop, that is called agricultural practices. And there are several steps for agricultural practices, that is preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protection from weed, harvesting and storage. These are the steps involved in agricultural practices. That we will continue in the next video sessions. So we have done first two pages about the crop and the types of crops, definition for agriculture. So now the same with the when I am doing this video session, we find that pictures, cultivation of crops will be found in the video as usual, as I have seen in the last year video session. And then following this video session, I have a short PPT session so that you will understand further. Are you clear? So we will continue the same video number 1 with the PPT session. Just follow it up so that you can still understand better with the pictures. Okay? So we will continue this session with the PPT. Thank you. Hello, 8th standard. With the continuation of that video session, I'm giving you this short PPT session with the picture so that you can understand still better. Right? So So this is continuation of our video session. So I have just given it as video 1. This is our new academic year 2021-22. So chapter 1, crop production and management, part 1. Right. So again, welcome back to our new academic session for this video session also. Right. Now what you are seeing in this given figure is the heading of the lesson, as you know, is it not? The crop production and management. And all these green fields, they are all crops. They are all called crops, right? Now these farmers, they are working on the field. As at the end of this video session, I said no, this agricultural practices that it needs preparation of soil, is it not? So that first one, it is the preparation of soil. So this is just giving an introduction, crop production and management. Will you observe this? So we are continuing that video session part 2. Okay. Now this here, second one, as crop, what you are seeing here, all that green small plants, they are all of the same type of plant. So when plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Definition for crop. I repeat, when plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. Example, crop of wheat means that all plants grown in a field are that of wheat. What you are observing, ellame adu crop. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு அது wheat இருக்கலாம். I am not sure name of the plant. So it is the same kind of plant. So I repeat, when plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all the plants grown in the field are that of wheat. எதுக்கு crop நம்ம grow பண்றோம்? As the beginning of the lesson, what we have seen, first Pele and Bujo, last year we had named them as two children asking doubts in our CBSE lesson, no? So that those two children, they were visiting their uncle's house during summer vacation, where their uncle is a farmer and he was using some tools called kurpi, sickle, shovel and plow in the field. The manvetti, kuttukarandi சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, the குத்தி எடுக்கிறது, அதெல்லாம் agricultural tools. நம்ம next sessionல படிப்போம், second videoல. So this uncle who is a farmer is using all these agricultural tools. So this Pele and Bojo, they wanted to know where and how they use these tools. So his uncle was explaining where to use, how to use and what to use. Okay. So we have learned that all living organisms require food. Plants make their food by themselves by the process photosynthesis. Lastly we have learned photosynthesis. Nutrition in plants, first lesson, that is, right? So you can recall those process of photosynthesis. But human and other animals, they cannot prepare their own food. They depend on plants and plant products for their food. So again, these two children have a doubt, why do we eat food? We eat food to get energy. We need food which provides energy otherwise, and which is also replacing the damaged tissues. So organism, that energy from food is utilized by organism for carrying out their various body function such as digestion, respiration and excretion. And we get our food from plants or animals, that flesh eating animal, non-veg flesh eating animal, or both. Then since we all need food, how can we provide them? As food has to be produced in a large scale. When there is a large amount of food is needed, the food has to be provided in a large scale. So in order to provide food for a large population, I repeat, in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management and distribution of food is necessary. Regular production, proper management and distribution of food is necessary. I hope you understand. Then we come across the term agricultural practices. Earlier that nomadic people we said no, now I am not going to read it now. This nomadic people, they were first wandering here and there for their food and shelter. So they were eating raw vegetables and fruits, and they can hunt, they were hunting animals for their food. And later they could cultivate land and they produce some crops as rice, wheat and other food crops. And that comes the new term agriculture. Then agriculture, as I said in the video, you should know the definition for agriculture. For the branches, agronomy, horticulture, olericulture and aquaculture. I repeat, agronomy, horticulture, olericulture and aquaculture. Nama book lalle, but you should know. And then definition for crop. This one. When plants of the same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale, it is called a crop. For example, crop of wheat means that all plants grown in a field are that of wheat. I hope you understand this. The next one. Next one. The types of crop, kharif crop and rabi crop. Plantation is like, but you will understand. Kharif crops which are grown in rainy season are called kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. Example, paddy, maize, groundnut, cotton or kharif crops. The background is wheat. Rabi crops are grown in winter season. Crops that are grown in winter season are called rabi crops. The time period is generally from October to March. Example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard and linseed. I hope you understand this. Definition the wheat plant I am preparing this PPT session. Then next one, classification of crops based on the season in which they are grown. You should know. Okay. First one, kharif crop, monsoon crop, planted in June, harvested in October. Example, rice, millet and maize. Example for kharif crop. Rice, paddy rendu onnuda. Rice, millet and the kambu, cholam lan solluvela. The kambu per millet nama school ku railway track kattapla nariya potirukom. Now when we have the school, I'll show you. Then maize. Whereas rabi crop, it is grown in winter, planted in November, harvested in April. I hope you understand. And then example for rabi crop wheat, gram, pea, video example, wheat, gram, pea and mustard. We come across one more term, VIII crop. It is a summer crop, planted during March and harvested during June. இதெல்லாம் watermelon, beetroot, and then cucumber and muskmelon, the kidney plant சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா அது. So these are all zayid crop. I hope you understand this. The next one, அதே தான் example, separate example தந்திருக்கேன். Kharif crop planted in June, harvested in October. Rice, maize, cotton. இந்த புக்கு பார்க்காம படிக்கவே வேண்டாம், இதே உனக்கு மனப்பாடம் ஆயிருக்கணும். சரியா? Maize, rice, maize, cotton, groundnut. Kharif crop example. Rabi crop example, wheat, barley, pea and gram. அதே மாதிரி அதே தான் Kharif crop இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். Zaid வந்து watermelon, beetroot, paharkai, then cucumber, and then this is muskmelon chalwa. I hope you understand this. The next one, it is agricultural practices. என்ன சொல்றோம்? Agricultural practices. நம்ம வந்து இப்ப crop plants படிச்சாச்சு இல்ல? What is a crop தெரியும்? What are the types of crops we have learned? Is it not? One more வந்து plantation crop. என்ன சொல்லிருக்கேன்? Coffee and tea and banana. These are all plantation crops. Under that, they are as cash crop, which are crops which are produced on a large scale on commercial basis. It is called cash crop. நம்ம வந்து வெஜிடபிள்ஸ்லாம் தோட்டம் போட்டு மார்க்கெட்ல கொடுக்குறோம்ல, that is called cash crop. I hope you understand this. And then these agricultural practices, to grow these crops, we need to follow these agricultural practices. What are all? Preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weed, harvesting, storage. I repeat, preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting and storage. I hope you understand this. So this is agricultural practices. நம்ம bookல என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம்? Basic practices of crop production. Plus, why can paddy not be grown in winter season? Because paddy cannot be grown in winter season because paddy requires lot of water. So it is grown during rainy season. இதெல்லாம் நான் short answers கொடுப்பேன். சரியா? So paddy requires lot of water. So it is grown during rainy season. Okay. So next வந்து இந்த agricultural practices க்கு cultivation of crops involves several activities undertaken by farmers over a period of time. So these activities are similar to those we are carried out by a gardener. நம்ம கூட ஒரு சின்ன தோட்டம் வச்சிருந்தா கூட நம்ம soil ready பண்ணுவோம் இல்லையா? அதுதான் preparation of soil. Okay. So these activities which are required for cultivation of crops, they are called agricultural practices. What are all the agricultural practices? We say preparation of soil. Preparation of soil நம்ம எங்க தோட்டம் போட போறோமோ அந்த இடத்தை choose பண்ணி we have to get ready. Then sowing னா விதை விதைக்கிறோம் இல்லைன்னா நம்ம கட்டிங் லேயரிங் அந்த மாதிரி பண்றோம்னா அதுவும் பண்ணணும். நார்மலா கிராப்புக்கு வந்து sowing the seed தான். Then adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weed. Weed na the unwanted, undesired plants which are grown in between the crop plant, they are called weed. Then harvesting, we have to harvest, we have to reap the production, productive, நல்ல good yield நமக்கு கிடைக்கும் இல்லையா? That has to be reaped. That is harvesting. And then finally it has to be stored. That is storage. I hope you understand. So this is our video session, video number 1. First video session for this new academic year. I am sure it is a good start and you have to go through the video நம்ம டைமிங் மத்தியானமோ நம்ம டைமிங் வந்து வீடியோ செஷன் வந்து the Zoom schedule afternoon or evening that you don't worry, make use of the session, video session, and every part of that whatever I given in the video, it may or may not be in the QB. I will ask questions, so you have to go through the video also. Okay, so let it be a good start. We'll continue in the next session. I hope you understand this. So this is crop production and management. First lesson, video number 1, crop production and management part 1. I hope you understand. So make it as a good beginning. I hope you understand. So we'll continue in the next video session. Thank you.